Hello, dear friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni. In this video, I'm going to talk about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's famous speech, My Vision for India. Let's know about the speech. This is an excerpt from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's famous speech delivered at IIT Hyderabad on 25th May 2011. Dr. Kalam has outlined his vision for India in this speech, and he has mentioned his three visions for India. These are freedom, development, and India must stand up to the world. Speaking, he begins his speech with a statement, I have three visions for India. He says that in 3,000 years of our history, people from all over the world have come and invaded us, captured our lands, and conquered our minds. From Alexander onwards, the Greeks, the Turks, the Mughals, the Portuguese, the British, and the French, the Dutch, all of them came and looted us, took over what was ours. Yet, we have not done this to any other nation. Speaking on his first vision for India, that is freedom, Dr. Kalam says that we have not conquered anyone, we have not grabbed the land, the culture, the history, and try to enforce our way of life on them because we respect the freedom of others. Hence, he mentions his first vision for India, that is freedom. He believes that India got its first vision of freedom in 1857 when we started the War of Independence. He appeals that it is this freedom that we must protect and nurture and build on. If we are not free, no one will respect us. Speaking on his second vision, that is development, Dr. Kalam says that we have 10% growth rate in most of the areas. Our poverty levels are falling. Our achievements are being globally recognized today. Yet, we lack the self-confidence to see ourselves as a developed nation, self-reliant and self-assured. Dr. Kalam finally he mentions that his second vision for India is development. He says that for 50 years we have been a developing nation. It is a time we see ourselves as a developed nation. We are among top 5 nations in the world in terms of GDP, according to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He mentions his third vision as India must stand up to the world. Dr. Abdul Kalam believes that unless India stands up to the world, no one will respect us. Only strength respects strength. Further, he says, we must be strong not only as a military power, but also as an economic power. Both must go hand in hand. Further, Dr. Kalam feels lucky to have worked with the three great minds, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, from the Department of Space, Professor Satish Dhawan, who succeeded him, and Dr. Brahm Prakash, the father of nuclear material. Dr. Kalam considers this a great opportunity of his life for having worked with these three great minds. Kalam mentions his conversation with 14 years old girl, and he says that when Mr. Kalam was in Hyderabad giving his lecture, he met a 14-year-old girl who asked for his autograph, and he asked her about a goal in life. She replied that she wants to live in a developed nation. Dr. Kalam appeals to everyone, saying that for her, for you, and I have to build this developed nation. Now, he asks a question that are we underdeveloped nation? On this, Dr. Kalam further says that India must be proclaimed as a highly developed nation, not an underdeveloped nation. He says that you say that our government is inefficient. He comments saying that we always say that our government is inefficient. We always say that our laws are too old. We always say that the municipality does not pick up the garbage. We always say that the phones don't work. The railways are a joke. The airlines is the worst in the world. The mails never reach the destination. We always say that our country has been fed to the dogs and is the absolute pits. You say and say. What do you do about it? That's a question Dr. Abdul Kalam asked everybody in his speech. Finally, Dr. Kalam echoes J.F. Kennedy's words. Dr. Kalam echoes Kennedy's words to his fellow Americans to relate to Indians. He relates his words to Indians, saying that ask what we can do for India, do what has to be done to make India what America and other Western countries are today. So, in this manner, in this speech, we find that Dr. Abdul Kalam has brought three important visions for India in the year 2011 in his speech at IIT Hyderabad. And his speech is still today most inspirational speech, which gives us a lot of inspiration. And we can see that his visions even today are very much contextual, and we can find that yes, still we have to go on, we have a long way to go to fulfill his visions and his dreams. Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video. You can reach me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Please do subscribe the channel, click on the like button for more videos on literature, workbook, pronunciation, grammar, communication skills, presentation skills, interview skills. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Thank you once again.